Hey, hey, oil study participants. My name is Becca Schugert, and I'm hopping on today on Wednesday. Wanted to talk to you. Oh, I hope that. All right, I hope this is working. Wanted to talk to you today about the incredible blend called AromaTouch. AromaTouch. Love this blend. It is so amazing. Now, I'm going to go over a lot of things and I'm going to move really quickly. So if you have any questions, please drop them in the comments and I will definitely circle back around or someone else can answer them, if it's happening real time or whatever. But I love this blend so much because honestly, we sample AromaTouch for the pain study, but it is applicable to every single study that we're doing, and that's kind of what I'm going to go through. So we're going to go through some of the physical things that you can use AromaTouch for, and also for some of the emotional balance that have physiological consequences. Okay, so a lot of things going on. If you want to grab a piece of paper or come back and watch this again. So like I said, I'm going to try to move really quickly. So I'm not going to go over every single individual oil that's in the blend. Some of those you can look up if you've got any sort of resource material. If not, we can definitely recommend some. But I will tell you what the oils are. It's basil, grapefruit, cyprus, marjoram, lavender, and peppermint. And I personally love the smell of AromaTouch, and I use it a lot, and my family uses it a lot. It's one that we are really never without, and especially for things like travel and stuff, and I'll tell you why. So it's called the massage blend, and it is really relieving for a lot of discomfort and pain. It is renewing, and it's also circulating. So what does all that mean when I say that? So for any muscle aches, any inflamed joints, headaches, neck tension, back pain, my youngest daughter uses AromaTouch religiously for her headaches. She's a dancer and she does acro, and a lot of times like she can kind of get out of whack with that. And so the way that she applies it for her headaches is right here on the mastoid bone behind your ear, that bone that sits right here behind your ear, down the back of her neck, and then she takes it with carrier oil on her calves all the way down to her Achilles heel, and it helps her get rid of her headache. I don't know, she figured it out on her own, so that was really good. So headaches, back pain, neck tension. It's called the massage blend, but it's really so much more than that. Of course, you can use it and massage it into your muscles and stuff if they're sore or inflamed, because it encourages muscle tissue healing and it relaxes and soothes. It also enhances blood flow, and we all know that healing happens in our body when blood flow is enhanced, because then it gets to our pain point, right? Now, I wanted to talk to you about the cyprus a little bit that's in here. Cyprus is called the oil of motion and flow. So it's very good for emotional issues that we have, and it's also really good for physical issues. Anytime you are feeling stuck, a lot of times that can be how you feel like in your life. Maybe you feel like, certain things aren't going your way or whatever. You can experience a physiological effect of that because it's all intertwined. You cannot separate your emotional health from your physical health. So for people, a lot of times that maybe you have like a consistent injury, like a frozen shoulder or something like that, usually there's some emotional work that needs to happen with that. Having the cypress in the AromaTouch blend is just positively brilliant, because when you're rubbing that on and massaging it in, the cypress is going to help the blood flow, get that circulation going, start alleviating that pain, and hopefully work towards healing in your shoulder. But it's also going to help you start to release, when you're intentional about it, release any sort of emotional baggage that you're having. So cyprus, the oil of motion and flow. I've got a wonderful testimony. You guys can message me if you want about cyprus in general. So enhances blood flow. So if you have lymphatic issues, or maybe you're going on a long road trip, sitting on a plane, I always use AromaTouch before I sit on a plane. Last year, we traveled to Hawaii, all 6 of us, so 4 kids, and it's a long plane ride, and we actually had to fly out of Dallas. So that was a 7-hour plane ride. So I had AromaTouch on me, and I, was wearing some comfy leggings, and I would just every once in a while pull up my leggings and reapply the AromaTouch to my ankles, to my feet, to my calves, just to keep that blood flow, in addition to getting up and walking in the cabin. So I'm sure it's a little bit different on a plane now. But if you're sitting in a long car ride, AromaTouch is going to be great for that. If you, I mentioned lymphatic issues. So another good way to use AromaTouch is during a monthly cycle. If you deal with any sort of water retention, bloating, cramping, a lot of times people will experience issues in their lower back. And so I highly recommend taking the AromaTouch, rubbing it right over your abdomen, and then also counteracting on the opposite with your lower back, even if you don't have pain there. So you're getting it on both sides of your body, and it's going to penetrate, through your skin, because essential oils can do that. So that is a great way to use AromaTouch too. Again, see, cold extremities. A lot of times that's a circulatory issue. So you can apply it to the extremities that are affected, rub with a carrier oil. It's going to provide connective tissue and ligament support. Earaches. I love AromaTouch for earaches. Again, you're just going to apply right here on the mastoid bone, right behind your ear. And usually for something like that, I apply about every 15 minutes when it's in for the first hour. And then I'll apply like every hour or so for about 6 hours, because you want to drive it in. You want to drive the essential oil in, especially for acute pain, which is something that happens, really quickly. Now, I want to talk to you about, I'm going to kind of do a little caveat here. I want to talk to you about emotional balance and the difference with chronic stress, chronic pain, kind of what happens in our body. So when we undergo a stressful situation, stress hormones are released, and that's your adrenaline, your noradrenaline, and your cortisol. And during a stressful situation, these stress hormones are absolutely vital to helping you through the situation. It provides you with clear thinking. A lot of times, it's very logical, or it's something that hey, I need to run, I need to get out of here, I need to do this now. There's a reason why we have these stress hormones, and they are just so phenomenal in helping us to react appropriately and cope with certain situations that we're dealing with. Now, the danger in having chronic stress and chronic pain and what happens to your body is that those stress hormones are released on a continual basis. And that's not, really any fault of your own, especially if it's chronic pain. That's just something that happens in the way that the body reacts. So when those stress hormones are continuously activated, what can happen is that you can drain and tax your adrenal glands. And your adrenal glands are two little glands that sit right on top of your kidneys. Let me turn this off. Two little glands that sit right on top of your kidneys, and they are responsible for, your endocrine system. They are responsible for, again, your fight or flight. They help your body manage stress. So when those get taxed, then we need to make sure that we are supporting them. And AromaTouch is one of my go-tos for adrenal support. So the way that I use this for adrenal support is I just grab a carrier oil, rub it right on top of my kidneys, just in that area, in the back. I diffuse it at night. It is very helpful for me to sleep. It's one of my favorite combos is AromaTouch with the Whisper Women's Blend, which sounds crazy and weird, I know, but I'm telling you, it just knocks me out like that. So using AromaTouch, whether you are in the stress study, whether you are in the pain study, whether you are in the sleep study, and even for the digestive study, the way that you can use it is, again, rubbing it right over your abdomen, because the cyprus and the peppermint and the lavender and the basil, all of those essential oils, they are really good for the digestive system. So I know that was a lot. I tried to move through it really quickly. So if you guys have any questions, make sure that you let me know. I'm happy to answer anything. And I hope that you guys understand how AromaTouch can really help you and your family. We are not without it in ours, and that says a lot. So Hope you guys have a great day, and we will talk to you soon. Bye.